Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video about how I sleep in the Halo. Sleeping in the Halo has probably been one of the hardest things to figure out. I am not a super picky sleeper, but the Halo has definitely been challenging. It's not the easiest thing to get around in, especially in the beginning. So I'm going to kind of start from the beginning of when I first got the Halo and move to now and what I'm currently doing to sleep. So when I was first hospitalized for my injury, I was on a hospital bed and I was not allowed to get up or move around. Until this Halo device was installed, they did not want me moving my neck at all. So for this reason, I was laying mostly flat. They would raise me up a little bit when it was time for me to eat, or if I had visitors or something like that. But for the most part, I was laying pretty flat, which was terribly uncomfortable. I started having pain on the back of my head from laying there. The neck collar that I was given, which is the emergency one given by the paramedics, had something on the back of it that felt hard. I don't really know. It was not comfortable. Also, I was kind of turning onto my side. I don't like sleeping on my back. That's my least favorite sleeping position, and I never sleep on my back. So being flat on my back, my stomach would hurt a little bit, and so I would kind of roll my hips to one side, roll my hips to the other side, and so I was surviving through that time period, but I was not comfortable. So as soon as they installed the Halo, which was on day 6 for me, I was so excited that I would hopefully, be able to move around and all of those kinds of things. But I was really disappointed at how hard it was for me to sleep. So I had gone from basically laying flat the entire time. When this was put on, I could not lean back at all. It actually caused me excruciating pain anytime they tried to recline my hospital bed at all. So for the first few days, I was on a strict, whatever the highest incline is on the hospital bed, that is where I was sleeping. And so that was what was most comfortable for me. They allowed me to have a hospital pillow behind my head, going lengthwise behind my head like this. And it obviously wasn't really helping with anything. And so that was kind of what I did in the hospital. I was having quite a bit of pain in the hospital during this time, and I was not sleeping very well at all. So I'm going to make another video about pain, and I'm not going to talk too much about that in this video, but I'm not sure if I was waking up from the pain or because I wasn't comfortable, but I just was not sleeping very well at all in the hospital. And so whenever I got home, I was very concerned about what that was going to look like for me. I knew in the hospital bed that I couldn't recline all the way back, and so sleeping in a normal bed seemed terrible and horrific. So we had talked a little bit with the hospital about possibly renting a hospital bed, but I felt like with our home, I wasn't really going to have room for that, and so I had read on a blog that a recliner was a really good option for sleeping. And so we did not have a recliner, so we asked our church family if anybody had one, and thankfully somebody did, and they gave it to us. And so the first night that I came home from the hospital, my husband had it all set up in our living room, and that's where I slept. So this is the recliner. I'm sitting on it right now, but I wasn't actually able to recline in the chair at first. So I could sit back onto the chair, and I would have to scoot all the way back so that my bottom was up to the back of the recliner, which was a little bit hard for me. And I actually had to hold my husband's hand even to sit down in the chair. So just so you know, when you're watching these videos, if you're like, wow, you're moving around great, I can't move around that great, it's because I'm at the end of having my Halo, and it takes a little while because there's still a lot of healing going on anyways. So you're going to be in a little bit more pain. You're not going to be able to move as much. I remember watching videos of people getting dressed and thinking, I can't even lift my arm up at all. Like in the hospital, like I can lift my hands all the way up like this right now, And I think this was from my sternum injury, so it might not be something that you, if you are having a halo, you might not have any issues with this. But I actually, as soon as the halo was installed, I could not even lift my hand. Like, I could barely touch my nose with this hand. And so this one I could touch my eye. So like, if this eye was watering, somebody better help me because I can't touch it. And I did have a lot of eye watering as well the first few weeks. So anyway, I was able to sit down in the recliner with the help of my husband, scoot myself back, position pillows on my arms, because the way the halo is, your arms just kind of fall backwards. And so you're going to want to, depending on your recliner, depending on your halo vest, your level of pain, you're going to want to put pillows around you. And so that's what I did. I put pillows behind my back, and then I put a pillow under my arms like this. And then I also had this very important pillow. So I quickly realized that because I was in a sitting up position, that my mouth was opening when I was sleeping, and it was causing my throat to be a little bit sore, a little bit numb. It's causing a lot of snoring. I would wake up and my mouth would be really, really dry. And so I quickly realized that it was going to be a good idea for me to figure out a way to keep my mouth shut. So my husband did purchase for me it's some sort of band that goes, it's like a chin strap that goes around your chin and velcros on the top of your head. And that is a great option. For me, I felt like it made my head a little bit sore. So at this point in the very beginning, I was very nervous about anything that was going to interfere with my healing process. I didn't want it to position my head in the wrong way or something like that. So I decided to just use this. And so I'll show you what I do. I just kind of tuck this in. You can see the front bar here. I just tuck it right behind the front bar. And so it's not, you know, putting a lot of pressure on the bar or anything like that. And so then, of course, when I'm sitting back, it just kind of holds my chin, not completely, but it holds it so it doesn't open as much. So I would position all of my pillows, get covered and everything like that. Make sure that I had a table close by with my water, because I was very thirsty, because my mouth kept opening. And that's kind of how I slept for the first 5 or 6 weeks. And then I slowly started experimenting with actually reclining the chair. So in the beginning, I couldn't recline it. I used an ottoman, and I would prop my feet up on the ottoman, but I couldn't actually lay back and recline the chair. Slowly, I was able to start reclining it. And so I just encourage you, if you're in a halo right now, to see how you feel. Every week is different, and as you're healing and you're getting more comfortable in the halo, you might find that you can do more as you progress. And so don't limit yourself, don't push yourself either, because I was not comfortable laying back, and so that's why I didn't lay back. I did try it. I tried the bed, I tried pushing the recliner back, I tried a lot of different things, and it didn't work for me. And so about week 5 or 6, I was able to recline it. A couple weeks after that, I was able to actually push the recliner back all the way so that I was in a laying flat position. And so that is really how I've been sleeping. Now I have 1 more week in the halo, and as soon as it comes off, I'm prepared that sleeping will still be challenging. And so I will probably make another video explaining how I slept, how I'm sleeping without the halo, because obviously it's not like I'm going to go back to sleeping how I normally sleep. I'm expecting that my neck is going to be sore and not very comfortable. So I'm expecting that once the halo is removed, I'll have new challenges and new ideas on the best way to sleep without a halo. So I think that basically covers everything about me currently sleeping in a halo. I can't think of anything else, but if you have any more questions or comments, please share those below. Maybe you found a different way to sleep that worked really well for you, and I'm sure people would love to know about that, because my way might not work for everybody. So I was really surprised that there wasn't that much information out there about sleeping, and I think it's really important, and a lot of people have questions about it. So please share what's worked for you. Also, please like and share this video. I would love to reach as many people as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching, and check back later for more videos on living in a halo.